Penn State because they offered me a job. The very first day I was there, I was I was told that the Hillel was having a welcoming for Jewish students. So I went to see, and I stood outside and I looked, and there was a stairs, like 4 or 5 stairs, and next to the stairs were lights to light up the stairs. And I saw a pair of fantastic looking legs. I mean, I didn't see the person, I just saw the
So
legs.
you saw the legs.
I just saw the legs. So I approached the legs, and there was a person attached to that, this young woman. She was 18, I guess, at that time. She became 18 later. She was born on January 1st. She was the New Year's baby of Pittsburgh that year. And
She was what? What? She was what at
she
Pittsburgh?
was the New Year's baby. They always, the first baby born in the New Year is given a prize, and they call it the New Year's baby. So she was born on January 1st, 1940. 1940. So she was a few years younger than me. We started chatting. She was very upset because she had been admitted to Barnard and Vassar, the very famous women's colleges, but her father was a Jew from Czechoslovakia who was very European. Women did not have to go to college. He relented and said, okay, we'll go to Penn State. Pennsylvania State University was a public university. It was very cheap. He was a physician. He had abandoned his family. He'd gone into the Second World War, had opened up a concentration camp where many of his family and friends from his shtetl had been killed. He found some alive. My wife always thought that he had some kind of a nervous breakdown because when he came back to America, he didn't come home to his wife and family. I asked her where she was, the usual kinds of conversation. She was very angry. She was very hostile. She was not friendly at all. She was hostile not to me personally. She didn't want to be there. She wanted to be in New York somewhere at Barnard. And here she was, Penn State, which has become one of the great universities and was a good, it was a fine university, a land-grant university, but she was not happy. And I remember walking her back. No, I walked her to my car. My father helped me, and I had purchased a car because at that time, Penn State was in the middle of nowhere. You could almost not get there unless you had a car and could drive. No buses and trains and so on. And so I bought a car. I borrowed money from my father. I remember $2,000, and I bought this little car. I was very proud of it. It was my first car. I didn't own it. My father owned it. I paid him back. My last payment to my father was the month after he passed away. We talked a little bit about who we were, where we come from. We were at Hillel, so we were Jewish. I was on the faculty. She was a little surprised because I clearly was very young. But sometimes you don't need a lot. I was quite convinced I was going to marry her the next day. I knew this is exactly. I wasn't looking for it, but this is what it was. We went out for pizza one time, then we went on a couple of times. We got engaged. Let's see, that was September. We got engaged probably around April. Got married August 25th.